Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're talking about something that we did on our recent Florida trip. So you've already seen the video where we built droids. So this video...
And if you haven't already, be sure to check it out.
Yep, check it out. Grab it.
Oh.
We built lightsabers at Galaxy's Edge. We went there, and this is one of the add-on things. This is not the one the younger ones go into. I forget what store it is, but I think you can go at the end of Star Tours, where you build the plastic ones. This is a different experience. This one you actually have to reserve a spot. I don't think it's like Droid Depot where you don't have to reserve a spot. I don't know on that.
I didn't see a standby line, but it's called Savi's Workshop.
Yep. And
hopefully I said that right.
I think it's Savi, but yeah. So what you have to do is you have to go online and you pick a time to go and you reserve your spot. You have to say how many builders you're going to have. So for us, obviously we built 2 because we have 2. And each builder can take 1 guest with them to the experience. So we had 4 people in our group. We had 2 builders, so that means all 4 of us got to go in the experience. So that was really cool. I think the people that went with us really enjoyed it. Because it's not just building a lightsaber, it's kind of like a experience. They make it feel, in my opinion, really personal to building your own lightsaber.
It's almost like an immersive show.
Yeah. And I will say, these, because this thing is like $225 or $250, something like that per lightsaber. It's expensive. These are not cheap.
They're heavy.
They are not cheap quality. They, as far as I know, almost completely metal. I think the only plastic might be like the ignition switch.
Well, I have the faux wood. That's not metal.
Oh, so she has some different things.
Either that or it has just a coating over metal. I'm not sure. But we'll get more into those details later, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So, before we actually show you the part of where we actually did the experience, Sarah, why don't you tell them when you get there, what to expect, how do they know what type of lightsaber you want to build, and yeah, what did we have to do?
Yep, so you check in at the first station, much like when we built the droids. Once there, they have a little QR code for you to scan that kind of shows you what the different build options are. Not that you have to pick it all out right then, but you do have to pick out what style, whether it be the power and control, or was it elemental?
Yep.
Or nature?
There's power and control, elemental, I think there was...
one defense?
Yeah, one of them was defense, and another one was power and defense.
Okay, there were 4 different ones.
Yep, 4 different ones.
So you had to pick which one of those 4 that you wanted to do, and at that point, that's when you paid. So you had to wait another little line to pay. Didn't take too terribly long. I don't know, maybe 10 minutes to get through that point. They won't give you a lightsaber or anything at that spot. You're still outside, but what they will give you is this little placard that just says, like, hey, I'm a builder. You can give me my lightsaber when it's time. You don't get to keep that one. But what you do get to keep is this nice little pin. It is an official Disney pin, or at least it has the official Disney pin backer on it, the little Mickey-shaped backer to the pin. You're supposed to wear that on your shirt, and that designates which of the types of lightsabers you plan to build. That way they know which kit to give you once you're in there. So at that point, you've paid, you've put on your pin on your shirt or wherever, that way they can see it. And you go into a little holding area. We sat there for, I don't know, I want to say it was a good 20-25 minutes maybe, waiting for our build time.
It felt long.
It felt like a long time. Now, part of that might be because it had just rained, so everything was wet. There was nowhere dry to sit. So that might have been why it felt so long. But, you know, when you have a reservation, you think, all right, I'm building it this time, and that's not necessarily the case. But we didn't have to wait like hours or anything like we would if it was a standby line. So I guess at least there's that. Once inside, I believe that's where your video starts off, right?
It does. So Sarah walked you through what to expect, like pre-show, if you want to call it the show. And then you can see right here coming up our actual experience. It's focused on me. My sister was right next to me filming, but from time to time she did go over and look at what Sarah was doing. So yeah, check it out here, and we'll be back with you shortly. Check it out.
I say we begin. Are you ready? Yeah! That's what I like to hear. Yeah. Well, you found us. Congratulations. So I'd like to say to each and every one of you, you've done it. Welcome to the workshop. How you doing this evening? You good? Good. Yeah, great. Good. We're glad you're here. Yes, indeed. I see you met my companions. Over here we have Bailey, Sydney. Right here is Jules. We've got Francois and Jackie. And as leader of this group, you may call me Kembe. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hey, Kembe, what did I walk into? This all looks like a lot of old junk. But let me assure you, some of this is new junk. Now we humbly call ourselves the Gatherers, and what we really do is we search the galaxy for ancient relics. We travel to the forgotten places, abandoned outposts, battle-ravaged planets. And what we find, well, that, my friends, is what we smuggle and hide here among the junk. So where a stormtrooper sees worthless, cluttering crates against the walls, those who know see priceless history. We, the Gatherers, believe that preserving our past may just ensure our future. Now, you have heard of the legend of Luke Skywalker, yes? Yes, good. Well, we hear there's a new Jedi, and she has been spotted right here on Batuu. And her name is? Rey, that's right. And what she is leading is the spark of hope we've been waiting for, which is why you're here. To build one of these, a lightsaber. The lightsaber has been wielded by some of our greatest heroes and most powerful enemies. It is elegant and enigmatic. To build a lightsaber is an art. The saber is a reflection of its builder, with the force flowing between them. And this evening, as you construct your very own lightsaber, you will feel that connection. But where do we start? Where do we begin? I'll tell you. We begin with perhaps the most important element of any lightsaber, the kyber crystal. Able to focus the energy of the force, to magnify it. Some say the kyber crystal is the heart of the lightsaber. You see, the color of the crystal determines the color of the lightsaber's plasma wave. Maybe you know some of these from legend or history. Yes. Blue, like the one wielded by Obi-Wan Kenobi and his young apprentice, Anakin Skywalker. And now legend has it, perhaps, Rey. Green, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano, Master Yoda himself, Luke Skywalker. Violet, rare and beautiful, like the one wielded by the Jedi Order's greatest swordsman, Mace Windu. Red, it has been called the color of power. And it's the crystal of Darth Maul, Sith assassin Asajj Ventress, Darth Vader, Kylo Ren. For these stories of the past, we're here for you, the future, to look ahead. So now it is time for you to choose your kyber crystal, which will be the heart of your lightsaber. So builders, are you ready to choose?
Yes.
Well, it's time. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to focus. I need you to be in this moment right now. Clear your minds. And right now, all builders, close your eyes. And picture in your mind's eye the colors I, Kembe, will mention out loud right now. Hear me now. Blue, green, violet, red. And you will notice one color shines brightest amongst all the other colors in your mind. That color calls to you. So now everyone open your eyes and select your kyber crystal, the heart of your lightsaber.
Not a light bulb.
Now, builders, after you selected your kyber crystal carefully, place your kyber crystal on the green crystal holder at your station. You will now connect your kyber crystal to the lightsaber design you have selected. Awesome. You will, of course, begin by building your very own lightsaber hilt. This will be the foundation of your lightsaber, the center of your control, and the only thing keeping your hand from being disintegrated. And always look around when you're doing your hands up. Now, take a look at your model. You have never seen a lightsaber in this state. It's time for Lightsaber 101, the anatomy of your hilt. In your box, to the far left, you'll see what is called your lightsaber's chassis. All the way to the far right, you'll see your activation plates and your controls. In sections 1 and 2, 4 different types of grips or sleeves. Section 3, your very powerful blade emitters, and section 4, your pummel hilt. Now you will choose each piece to create your own unique lightsaber hilt. Please turn your attention to the find of gatherers standing in front of you. They will guide you through this ancient tradition. So builders, are you ready? Yes. Well, it's time to build.
Rising guys, I'm Sydney. I'm going to be helping you out today. First thing I'm going to have you do is pick up your chassis, straight from the face upward. You're going to grab the kyber crystal, find the pointy ends of that crystal, and then get it in the top here. You're going to press that up, and then push the bottom into place. This is the most difficult part of it. So let me know how you can help.
Push it up on top of the wheels and slide it like this. You can also raise your
We're going to go over to column 5. You're going to pick out one set of activation plates. When you pick up your first piece, you're going to see there's a flare with a color. That flare color is going to correspond to the same color on your chassis. This one's red, so it's going to go right over your left. Same thing with the blue. There you go.
Those are heavy. You want to feel it?
Go out to your activation place, that's how you'll activate the lightsaber. We're going to select
push your
one
switch
set
up.
after two. And we're not going
Assume it's the bottom. Depending on what you choose.
Alright, we're going to go over to columns 1 and 2. We're going to pick out any two of the 4 grips there. Whichever ones you like. You're going to pick up your first one. There is a wider end. The wider side is going to go towards the switch, meaning that on the top goes down, on the bottom goes up. Press down and twist at the same time. So that's the wider end. It's pretty difficult. You gotta really press down while you do it.
So you're gonna take every piece in the back.
Take out an emitter to the top there and then come up to the bottom. That's the top. Awesome, thank you. Then can they say activate, up to activate, down to deactivate? I'm gonna leave this right there.
Thank you.
It's like a personal.
Here's a little bit too.
That part.
I built mine.
Well, no, what happens next besides the lightsaber thing?
They're gonna build mine.
And then you're done.
Pretty much.
Don't look up. Only me. Alright, when choice is activate, left activate, down deactivate, only you. Got this?
Looking good. Thank you, Sydney. Congratulations on your health. How do you feel?
Great.
Good, good. I see you chose a hilt that was feared yet respected throughout the galaxy. Once carried by the ancient Sith. Now, what color crystal powers your hilt?
Red.
Power crystal. Alright. We know the Sith believe in power, passion, strength, and victory. And you find that within the Force. Alright? Did you also choose the red crystal? You as well, my friend. Congratulations. Now, see you've been to the Endo summer camp. A lot of trees. Explains the hill. Yes, it does. Connected to nature. Yes, indeed. What color is your crystal? Very red crystal. It has the blue, the guardian, and the red, the power. Making you a powerful guardian. Use it wisely, okay? Well done. Yes, indeed. The tooth of the right one now. And I will ask you to leave your hilts where they are and carefully step away from your stations against the walls. We are now going to attempt to stabilize the crystal proclamation. Now we the gatherers are not force sensitive. We cannot harness the power of the force. So in order to safely stabilize the crystal's proclamation, we are now placing your lightsaber hilts into the crystal stabilization chamber. As you know, kyber crystals have a very powerful energy field, and they must be stabilized at all costs. Now the hilts are in. Good job. So, all I have to do now is open.
With many parts you began, yes. With the heart of the saber they are joined. Much more they will become. It is time.
Whoa. Master Yoda. Yes, it is indeed time. We are at the final stage. The bond between Builder and Saber is about to be forged. In a few moments, I will ask the builders to move forward. Then, I will ask you to place your hands on your hilts. And on my command and in tradition, you will activate as one. Builders, are you ready?
Yes.
Please move forward. Place your hands on your hilts and activate. Builders, please raise your lightsabers high. You have built a lightsaber like the Jedi and Sith that came before you. And like them, you can change the galaxy. Remember, it only takes a spark. Well done. Now please, deactivate your lightsaber.
Complete your lightsaber is. Choose your path it cannot, but light your way it can. May the Force be with you.
Thank you, Master Yoda. Builders, in your hands, you hold remarkable power. And remarkable power should not be dropped on the ground. So, to help protect your lightsaber, we're pleased to present you with the saber sheath. And wherever you see that symbol, our symbol, may it remind you of the knowledge we've passed on to you this evening. Because our time here is at an end. But your journey, that's just beginning. It's time for you to make your mark on the galaxy. And remember, you are just as unique and extraordinary as the lightsaber you've built. So one last time here in the workshop, builders, please, raise your lightsabers and activate. Well done. Congratulations, builders. Now, next step, select your cargo. And then you will exit through those doors and collect the same piece from yours. Till the spire, everyone.
Thank you very much. That's very helpful.
Alright, welcome back. We are back from the video of our experience that we just showed you. Before we go, we wanted to give you a closer look at the ones we've built. So mine was from the power and control. As you heard in the video, from our experience, that's more along the lines of dark side users, which fits exactly with what I like. Some of the things that I really liked about it, the first one is the switch, because the switch is very, very similar to the one from Anakin's lightsaber, but this time it was red and black, and I really like that touch. Another touch from the Skywalker saber is this piece right here. Oh, it kind of has those extruded black pieces here. And then this piece, I just felt like it went with the flow quite a bit. There are a couple other pieces that you can choose from. There's actually quite a few. I don't remember the exact number of each of them. I think there's 4 of these pieces, because this could have went on top and this could have went on the bottom. I think there was 2 for the top and 2 for the bottom, and 2 different ignition switches. Pretty sure that's how it was.
Sounds about right, and they probably saw it in the video.
Yeah. And what was yours?
Alright, so I went with elemental nature, right? Some of the things that I liked about mine was there were quite a few different pieces, as he mentioned, but I really liked the way that I was able to get the like wood grain type look to it to flow throughout, from this piece through to my ignition switch all the way to the top. And then same with this like curly metal pattern. I'm not sure. You can kind of see it up here now towards the top of it. I liked that my ignition switch was something totally different than what I'd seen. I just wanted something that was really out there, I guess, in terms of building a lightsaber that I'd never really seen before. And that's also that's also why I liked picking out the tooth feature for the end of it. Just to have something that nobody else really has, or at least nobody that I know really has. So that's why I selected the pieces that I chose.
And going off of that kind of goes to the one complaint that I have about this experience, and that is that you cannot mix pieces between the sets. Because I had thought of doing elemental at first too, like doing an elemental Sith, because I wanted the tooth. But I knew deep down that I wanted power and control. So if I could have done this lightsaber with some sort of like black tooth or something, I think that would have been really cool as well. But that's my only complaint. Otherwise, this experience was really cool. The main guy that did all the storytelling really made you feel like you're a part of the Star Wars experience. And one other thing that you may or may not have noticed in the video was that I'm pretty sure he went up to every single person and talked to them. Nobody was outside of the story from the overall thing. So it was really nice that he actually took the time to go to every single person and talk to them about their lightsaber. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the video or not, but like for me, he noticed that I was wearing an Ewok summer camp t-shirt, right? So he mentioned how with an Ewok shirt, it made sense that I went with an elemental nature lightsaber, right? So those two kind of just go hand in hand.
And another thing, so the story of all this stuff is that you're supposed to be like the next freedom fighters for the resistance and whatnot. And one thing I thought was interesting was because I picked power and control, and that's a red lightsaber, so that's towards the Sith.
You don't have to pick red, mind you, but that's what Jeremy chose.
Right, you do not have to. You get to pick, you probably saw it in the video, there's 4 different colors, purple, red, blue, and green, I believe, that you can choose for this experience. You can buy the other ones in the store, but those are your choices for this one. And one thing that I thought was interesting, and as you saw in the video, was that even though I picked something that was geared towards the dark side, he didn't treat me any different. He still treated me as if I was going to be one of them, and that I could use the abilities of power and control for good. We'll see about that. But I just thought it was a cool touch. I had wondered the whole time before we went into this, like, not just me, but like the other people that make a red lightsaber, are they kind of like the outsiders of the group, or do they get included as well? And we did, so that was a really cool touch. One other thing that I guess I should point out, just because we don't really know what's going on, I took the blade out of both of these. Sarah's hasn't made a peep, but mine makes a noise every now and then, and you can see, hopefully you guys can see, it's like flashing. So I'm not sure what that flashing means. I know when I put a blade in it, the flashing goes away. So I wonder if you're supposed to keep a blade in there? I don't know. If you know more about this than us, drop that in the comments. That way we can be more educated.
One thing we can try also is to put in a crystal oven red and see if it's flashing because it's red. It sounds kind of silly that it would do that, but that's my only other guess.
Yeah. Who knows? Alright everybody, that about wraps up for us today. We showed you our experience at Savi's workshop at Galaxy's Edge, where you guys are able to build your own quality lightsaber.
These heavy.
They are heavy. I haven't measured or weighed, I should say, what these feel like, but man, there's quality to them. These are heavier than the Legacy lightsabers. I feel that these have more solid metal quality than the Legacy lightsabers have. But looking to the future, we bought some more Legacy lightsabers. You've seen some of those here on the channel. You will see more in the near future, so stick around for those. And the way you can do that is by turning on notifications. That way you are notified when more lightsaber videos drop. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop us a like if you like this video, and drop us a comment letting us know if you've built one of these before. If you have, what kind did you build? And if you haven't, and you were to build one, what would you build? And then as always everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.